Right folks, this is lesson 147 and it's another miserable December day, pouring with rain and entirely miserable, but that's not stop us. What I want to do today folks is a picture of, I'm in Cromer again, no apologies for that, and the colours are on screen there ready for you. That's the winter blue red shade, the raw sienna, burnt sienna and cadmium yellow. That cadmium yellow is quite weak, so I'll take the colours off so we can see what we're doing. And this is a picture of a view from my daughter's balcony on a sort of a holiday home. So they live, and the view from their balcony is lovely. It looks right at the beach at Cromer there, towards the east. So we've got this is not their house. This is the what used to be called the bathhouse there, but I think it's residential now. But and one or two more buildings here. There's a bank there, a grassy bank that, and people residential houses on top. And the water comes right round there, and it's part of the promenade just here. So, and there's some groins going out. So let's see if we can tell. There's one or two, there's some beach huts there as well. Yeah. So let's have a look and see what's what. Right. I'll start with the sky, but there's not a lot of sky in this one, so don't get mad. This is winter blue red shade. It's just a simple sky. I don't want any sort of clouds in it, stuff like that. It's just a sky, and this is wet on dry. Trying to avoid the banks and the buildings and that, and the horizon for the sea. There's the sea level just there, look, because we were above, so the sea level goes up with us, doesn't it? And it wants to be a simple sky. Nothing special. A bit of dark blue cloud there, not to worry. It looks this is part of the scene. Here's water. This is sea down to here. I want to get some of this white first. I'm going to put the beach in first. Let's put a bit of beach in there and get the rest of this white. This is raw sienna. I'm blocking it in just here. It's around that corner. Right, let's put the scene. Let's get rid of that big piece of white there, shall we? And I've used this winter blue red shade, a little bit stronger than the sky, because the sea is always seems to be darker. So I'm same colour but darker. Keep that line wet till we get sorted out. Well, that's dry now. I think the next thing we can do is we've got a grassy cliff here. It's sort of covered with sort of a coastal plant all the way down to tumbles down to these beach houses here. So I'm going to pop that in, and of course there's some buildings on the top there, which got a lovely view by the way. And this is just a green. Usually I use the two colours we've got on already. That's the winter blue red shade and the cadmium yellow, more cadmium yellow and less of the blue, and you get a sort of the green, mix a green and what you like, and let's pop that in down here, shall we? Try and miss the beech huts because they're not green. I'm using number 10 brush here, and I shouldn't really. Should get something a bit smaller. But not to worry, we'll cope with it. We'll handle it. Top of that building, there. That's a rocket cafe there. If people that know it. It's smashing. You get a lovely bacon, butter, and meals and all sorts in there. They do a real selection. And it's got a balcony, which I can't see on this, which overlooks the sea, which is lovely. That's a part of it there, but it's just quite nice. And it's busy all summer, I'll tell you. Let's just put in a bit of darker green on that, just to darken it down a little bit. Some of this green will be sort of twiddling out this under here. It's undulating. All I've done is add a bit more blue into this, and then it's given me a different green. Bring it down to the coastal area there. So you can see it's not just one green. It's a mixture of plants and all sorts. I'll leave that. And there's a on the top of that there's a sort of bit of greenery which I'll put in, which is along here, which is sort of plants that people have got in their gardens and that. Before I go any further on this, by the way, folks, I should show you this sketch. That's the sketch I've based it on, because I sat there on the balcony having a glass of wine actually, and I thought that's a lovely view then, and I sketched out from here. And I based it on one or two houses, missed one or two out, and then the beach down here. So that's the basic sketch I've taken from. There's the hill on the side with the buildings in, and I'm working from that. Windows, balconies, well, sort of sticky out bit there, and some houses there. So we'll see how we go in. But that was the sketch. I meant to show it earlier. Right, let's see where we're going now. I think next thing we need to do is put some of these colours on these houses. Now this is a pale. This one here is a pale. It's a yellowy colour. It's a yellow. I've used the cadmium yellow. I'll go across the windows and sort them out in a while. And this was a even paler colour, harder colour. Now I'll use some raw sienna on this one. See if that'll do the trick for me. I don't want too much colour on it. That's raw sienna. And the rocket coffee, that'll leave as white, but put some little bits and twiddle on there later. Right, that's got a black roof on that one, so I'll put that in as it's near the back. I'll use a bit of Payne's grey or something on this, and that'll just give me the basic colour I need. So pop that in. On top there. Now we're going to have to dry that again, because if I start working to it, it'll blend into the yellow. I don't want to do that. Right, well, this roof in here is a pantel roof, so we'll put some. This is where the burnt sienna comes in on this one. Get some burnt sienna on that, and that'll give us our pantel roof. I think I use it quite strong, this, because it's in the foreground. See how we go. I always tend to go quiet when I'm doing a study bit. Keep that line moving. Put the gutter in as well. But it's got it's got to be, it's a bit B&Q like that, so and it's been there for donkey's years, so we better sort of put some sort of weathering on it, haven't we? These are the pantals. There's a ridge tile on there as well. And this end piece, that's it. That's it. It's all in perspective and going out that way. Put a bit of dark under that. And that gutter. Because it was a blackish one. Right, I'll tackle that chimney pot. Now the chimney pot was not pantel, it was like a yellowy brick. So I'll use some of that yellow on this as a base colour. That's more like a green, that, not like. I don't know where I got that from. Probably the brush wasn't clean. That's better. Same with that one there. It's a bit they're both a bit new looking. I don't want that look on it, so I've got to put something a bit darker in there. That's this burnt sienna. I'm just weathering it a little bit. Starting to look a bit more weathered now. Trying that dark in there might help. Down here. This is it. This is the colour I use for the gutter. It's the aging process. I should be good at that. Right, a bit on the top of this one. Some aging down there. A tiny brush. I'll pop the chimney pots in. I'm going to bog down with detail here, and I shouldn't. So get it blocked in first. I'll do this. I'll finish this up and then go for the bigger picture. Right, that'll do on that. I'll try and get these sorted out first. These beaches and that. It's a bigger picture. The beach. Right, I think the next job we ought to do is sort of this is the promenade here. And this part of the ceiling fences here, which is a similar colour. So I'll do those in, and it's a sort of a pale burnt umber. Let's get a bit of a burnt umber in there, shall we? And see what we've got. Not too strong. It's got to be pale. Very pale. Let's try that. So we've got this thing here. It protects against some really high seas here. It really comes in, I'm telling you. After this place here, after I've seen the flood damage, wave damage, halfway up the bottom windows on it, it takes some real stick. And pieces of flint are in the water, of course, and it comes flying in like cannonballs. That's not every night, you know. It's on a real bad storm. Right, let's have a look at the beach now. Let's see if we can get some of the beach in. It's looking a bit. It looks too nice. Now we get some flint. Flint comes in boulders and comes up. That's about like a grey colour. So I want a grey colour now. So I think I'll use that winter blue red shade and mix it with some that burnt sienna. Let's have a quick flick on there and have a look. And we'll try sticking some of that in to see what. I think it comes up to this sort of thing, the eyes. I'll do a bit of time here because there's some darker bits in it as well. It's with a flint, isn't it? And if you sort of as I've done it before myself, just broken a piece of flint. I say you're the only person to touch that in 10 million years. So just think about that. I'm just in front of here. There's a bush just in front of this tree, so I'll paint this bush in. It's quite a dark bush, so we'll let's pop it in. Quite nice that, because it brings this bit really forward, it does. Get rid of most of the white now. I'll flick a bit of that green out a bit like this. We'll put a bit more dark into that flint. I don't know if we can, but we'll try a little bit. Yeah, you can do this all day, you know, but it's therapeutic. You put more down here because you can see more, can't you? There's a lot of flint here, folks, I'll tell you. As people that walked on this beach will know. You walk the flint, and then come off that, and then there's a beautiful, beautiful beach. I mean, I've been to Copacabana, but it's a bit better than this one, but it's in the same vein. Suggest it more there than paint it like that. Not the same colour. And up here you can hardly see any difference because it's so far away. Right, there's a little bit of shrubbery and stuff like that at the top of this This bank here. And there's one or two houses on the top which are the Pantar sort of stuff. Norfolk brick. Just suggest them. I don't want to put glazing in them or anything like that. It's just a suggestion of paint. Now they're on the top of the hill. I'll put a bit more twiddle down here because it's a twiddly bank. I don't know if you can see that, folks, but some flyers just made a visit for us. It's in the sky. I'm not going to squash it, I'll spoil my sky. So it'll go in a minute, no doubt. Let's have a look at some of the little beach huts. They're a variety of colours. And put in whatever you like, you know. There's a blue one. I'll put another blue one in up here. A yellow one. It's quite interesting because with this holiday place that my daughter's got, they've got a beach up just up here like that, about there. And it's what's interesting about it is this summer, Banksy, the famous park painter, put a sort of on there's a little wall down there, and he put a sort of a Banksy painting on it, which is being preserved by the council. So it's famous stuff. There's none of your rubbish, you know. It's a proper job. I'll have a bit of red in there. Now this promenade thing, I've got to put a bit of colour onto that one, using the burnt umber and that. This side is a bit darker here. That's over the wall sort of thing. You get it dark on this as well. With a curvature of it. Right, I'll put some of that. There's a top on the. There's a top on the Rocket Cafe here. It's a white building, but it's got like a top on like this. And this is the front. There's like a front balcony here, because the full length of it. And that's a full. You can eat and eat and view all day there. It's quite nice. That's a bit darker as well. That's up there. There's another dark just here. As I say, I don't want to get bogged down with too much detail on this. Put a bit of a gutter in on that. You'll also get detail on. I'm going to suggest a bit of detail on this. On this, this is brickwork here. It's close to us, so I suggest a bit of brickwork on this. Not all of it, just a suggestion. So you can say, oh yes, it's a brick chimney, that. A little bit on this one here. Right, we better have some windows in this thing, because it's looking a bit nondescript, isn't it? Now whether I can do, let's think I have a chisel brush, that might do a better job. It's a chisel brush, you know, it's 1/4 inch. It'll be alright for the windows. Let's have a look at the windows now. Colour. I'll put some darks in this. It's a good little brush for that, and I can put some glazing in this one here as well, but not as strong. I want to put a paler blue in on that one. Let's put a pale blue, so you can see the water through it. We should see that. Let's get that one in. This one here is going to have a suggestion of tall windows in the side of it, like this. Right, that's yes. It's too plain in that. So I'm going to put some. This is the Winterville red shade, which we did the sea in the first place, and I'll just put some different shapes into it. It's never just like that. There's always something going up in it. I'm trying to introduce some lighter shades near the water's edge, because the water is shallow here. Oh, them growing, they won't do it. What do them? Growings. I'll use a 3/4 flat for this, that'll help. And put them in, they're like a darkish colour. It'll be the Winterville red shade and some burnt umber. I'll put that together, that should make a nice dark. Yeah. Now this, if I remember rightly, there's one back here somewhere. It starts about here. There's a growing about here. You don't see a lot of it, but this foreground one you'll see a bit more of it. Some sticky up bits on it because it's got some sticky up bits on it. Show you. You're not seeing much on this back one. It disappears in the water as the tide comes in. Right, I think we could do with some people on this now, couldn't we? It looks a bit barren, a beach with no people. So they're going to be suggestions, these folks. They're not. They'll be tan because it's Cromer and it's summer. Let's use a burnt sienna on this. See if we can suggest some bodies. People. There'll be people on the beach. You can't make out what they're wearing and stuff like that at this range. They're mainly just, well, some suggestions really. That's all. One or two in the sea. One by the shore. You got a little more with him. People sat down here on the edge of the water. There were people there near the beach huts and stuff like that. In fact, there'll be all over these people. There's thousands of them. But I'm pleased they come because they make Cromer what it is. It's nice. Lovely to see them there, enjoying themselves. And it's nice to share. If you live in a nice place, it's lovely to share it with them, with people. who see it for the first time think, wow. They're stood talking to each other. None of them have got a cosy on. It must be a nudist beach. Fred will be there. And head on that one. Give him a little one, this bloke here. Holding his hand. In fact, he's got two. He's got one on this hand as well. He's really hampered, this lad. But they're going to the seaside. They're going to enjoy themselves. Good for them. He's throwing the ball, this one, to this one. He's going to catch it. One in the sea here. Put one or two heads on. Put some dark haired lad. Dark haired lad. Dark haired lad. Dark haired lad. One there. One there. This one here. Fred's jumper. I'd use some Fred's jumper in a Fred's costume. So we'll see a touch of reds about like this. Like he's got a costume like that. See, he looks the part. He does, and he does, and she does, and he does. I think want some shadows now to bring this to life a bit. I think there's enough people on the beach there. Yeah, that'll do. Ought to put the odd towel down really, but let's put the odd towel down. They've got a towel there. And the other people have got they've got these, what do we call it? Windbreaks, that's what they call them. Windbreaks. A bit of pole sticking up here. Bit of stuff sticking out the front where they've been working. Right, well, somebody have a look over here. put it in colour, I think. I'll do colour down here instead of that Fred on. Fred likes, he doesn't like to be left out of the scene, so Fred's leaning over the wall here, looking at what's on the beach. Dark trousers on. I'm going to put some shorts on. He's a quiet lad. He's having a look over the parapet there. I'll have a woman walking down the. She's walking down here. She's got a green dress on. Tan legs. Nice girl. Let's have a couple of little ones here. One a bit smaller. Put a bit of colour on them. He's got a red cozy on. And he's got a blue one on, I think. Blue. Does I wonder whether to go in the sea or not? She's wondering whether to change her frock for something a bit cooler. And I'm wondering whether to put the brush down or not. Because it's getting that way. But I want to put a bit of, if I put a bit of surf in there, I think a bit of surf using some gouache. I'll use some gouache on that and put a bit of surf on there if I can do it. See if we can magic a bit of surf. Just a touch. A bit of it at the back here. White boat. Two little boat down there. I'm sure I put a lonely seagull in. Or shall I? Yeah, that's a lonely seagull. I'm looking for things to do now, and I shouldn't. I don't gain anything by fiddling. I don't think I'm achieving anything else. Let's close it down. Have a look what it looks like. Have a look. Well, that's the view from your daughter's balcony at Cromer. It's a fiddly one. I've suggested a lot of it. These beach houses are just blobs to see. The people are blobs, but you can see it's no good putting the odd one in because there's always a lot more people than that. So that down there's about 4, 8, 10. There's about 20 people there, showing, which shows something happening on the beach itself. The groins are there, so that stops it. All the sand going from a different place, and 1 or 2 boats there waiting to go sailing. So I've enjoyed that one as a change. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on whatever we're painting next, because I don't know myself. Okay folks, so until next time, goodbye. Bye bye.